All right, we're gonna start commencing the tear down process. Usually, I'm trying to think how I want to start this. Probably gonna start with the back end and then go up. So back wheel, then cranks, and then headset and all that kind of stuff. Then I'm gonna take off the brakes. That makes the most sense to me. So here we go. I'm gonna just start it. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna keep in this video. I'm also popping off the live stream over there, boys. We're getting all the angles. But here we go. I'm gonna start this process now. Here. I'm doing this. I always just like keeping everything as organized as possible. So, no. Ow! Oh, I gave my finger a shinner, dude. Ow! Oh, it's not bad, but it just sucks. I was spinning around and the freaking pedal nicked my finger. I've never gotten a shinner on my finger before. All right, besides that, Jesus Christ, what a great start, huh? Let's take the chain off. I'm also probably gonna do like a complete cleanup of my bike because this thing has been getting dirty and I haven't really given it a full wash before. Yeah. And also this little spacer boy is cracked as heck. I'll show it to you guys on the live, but got this spacer thing. Oh, and the cone washer is super cracked, but I have a replacement. Thank you to Profile for sending that to me. Here we go. Now we got that off. I'm gonna teach you a couple things. when taking your bikes off. Bikes apart that'll make things a little bit easier for you. When I take my cranks off and replace it, I always take the non-sprocket side off. That way it's almost like a two-piece crank, and then you can just slide all your spacers in order onto the spindle and then put the crank on it. So that way when you're moving on to the next thing or whatever, it's all organized and it stays in one spot for you. Also, for the live anyone who's watching, just to catch you up, fill you in. Cracked this frame. I have a new frame that's outside that I just painted, so I'm letting that dry off. It's a Total Americano. Love that frame. Ridden it before. It's a great frame. So that's what we're doing. Shut the fuck up. There we go. So like I said, non-sprocket side. Just take that off. Oh, there. Beauty. So don't get shit on the carpet. Got some cardboard. And easily just slide your crank off. And what I like to do is just pull on the other side. And then everything just slides right off nice and nice. Then take the spacers on the sprocket side. Pop them over. And then, oh yeah, I have that little thingy for the slow your roll. Trying to slide that Johnny on. If I have a replacement I might use, but for now. Slide that on, and then again, just all in the same order, like that. Then you can just throw your other crank on that side. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's not like a crazy trick or anything that I'm teaching you guys, but for me, because I used to like take both sides off and then have to like beat the sprocket back on and all that kind of stuff, it saves you a ton of time. And also if you like knock things over and your space just go there, that sucks. So now that is off, let's do the brake things. I'm gonna give a full cleanup of my brakes too because they've been feeling pretty crusty lately. Oh, no one's even in the chat. Oh yeah. What's up, Adam? So, oh, we got 8 people in here? Hell yeah, boys. Let's fucking go. Alright, let's take this apart. Got my little scissors. And gonna cut that out there. Alright, that's good. Now we're gonna take these goddamn brakes off. Also, one thing I will note. This is interesting, boys. When I got this frame, I thought I was gonna get a whole bunch of new hardware. This is straight from Total, It didn't come with brake mounts, didn't come with gyro tabs. All it came with were tiny little, what do you call them? Chain tensioners and the seat post bolt, but nothing else. That's crazy. That is insane. Why the fuck do we want all that? But fortunately, I had some laying around that I'm going to be able to use because I want to put in new bolts for my brake mounts because these ones are old as shit. I'm actually going to polish this video right here. Alright, I don't want to edit a ton, so I'm just going to check in with you when everything's taken off. Alright, what's going on in the chat? What's up, William? Excited? I'm always excited for Spirit of Halloween, dude. That's when I know life is getting good. Is when Spirit of Halloween starts opening up. Adam, how the heck are you doing today? I hate that you have to buy the mounts separately. Dude, dude, for real. Like, that is highway robbery. Like, they used to come with everything that you need. I remember I bought a Haro frame, and it even came with like a little tube of grease. Like, where is that gone? Why can't we have that no more? Come on. He's coming up. I was actually gonna go ride the airbag today. However, it's about to rain, or it was like pending raining all day. Like, it was just the rain was edging itself all day. So I didn't want to drive all the way out to Jaden's just to like get rained out. So we might go ride there tomorrow, which will be fun because I have some more stunts in mind for the airbag. And it's always just good time hanging out with Mr. Jaden Mucha. He's a good lad. Dude, how long does it take to unscrew one freaking... Oh, that's why. Oh, son of a bitch. Alright. Almost. Okay. Oh, I hate when it does that. So the seat post, the brake mount stuck with the bolt. So I'll just take that out. There we go. We're gonna wipe it all down with this, my dudes, because this is pretty yucky. BMX Haven, what's BMX Haven? In San Antonio on the 16th. Ooh, ramp area and flatland area? My interests are piqued, Mr. Adam. The 16th, that's next weekend. I could be down. I could be game for that. All right, let's see if we can get this one. This little bolt, honestly, I've had this frame for a couple days, but I was delaying building it because this brake mount bolt is a little stripped out. So I was nervous about not being able to take the brake arm off, and that nervousness led me to riding a cracked frame for, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 weeks longer than that. But I figured I would just get it done with, you know, just take it out. But we were able to save it, and I have a replacement bolt, so that's good. Because that would have sucked nuts. There's that. Oh, Adam, if you're in the chat still, I got something to show you, dude. You're gonna be so freaking jealous. Drop a comment thing if you're still here with us, Adam, because I have a surprise that will get you inspired. Alright, I'm gonna take, alright, here's a trick that I didn't know before with the Shadow Conspiracy half-link chain. And again, this is probably pretty obvious, but there's actually a master pin that just looks like a big frickin' ween. And that's the one you're supposed to use. I thought you could just go wherever you wanted with these chains, but it turns out there is a master pin. So, the more you know, am I right? And then always with like these shadow chains, I used to use chain breakers, but then I ended up getting one of the shadow chain breakers. It's so much better because the other ones, like I've gone through so many just shitty little Park Tool chain breakers that just could not like work well at all with the shadow chain. But now with the shadow breaker, like it's actually a huge difference. It makes things so much easier because chains are one of the, like, chains and brakes are super annoying to like work on, but if you have the right tools, especially for a chain, it makes all the difference. So like you can see there, that's like the big boy. This chain's fucking nasty. I should have got a new chain, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it, boys. All right, so that is out of the way. That's not too bad. Now the order of operations, we're gonna do the handlebars, stem, forks, then we're gonna take out these bearings and then start putting the other one together because it should be dry now. Again, look at how, damn. Let's see if we can turn this camera around. That's the other frame. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. She's drying, it's black, it's a total Americano. I'm excited. I used to ride this frame. This was a great frame. The Total Americano was a great frame when I rode it. So I was surprised that they still had them in stock. So I was like, hell yeah, let me get one of those. So, all right, got all of that. Put this all to the side. Don't need this for a little bit. All right, now let's do the top portion. Also, if you guys didn't notice, got one of the new shirts in the mail today. Drop a comment if you know what it's inspired off of. I'll give you a hint, the best frickin' burgers in Austin for dirt cheap. I'm very, very stoked on them. Stoked how they came out, stoked on the fit. I do crop them. I crop them slightly. So they don't come in this fit, you know, like it has a little bit extra, but I don't know. It's a little easier to have a little bit of a slutty crop going on, you know what I mean? Let's take... Oh, fuck. Yes. Bada bing. I love how long the stem bolt is, or what is it called? Compression bolt for the Odyssey forks are. Usually you get little like stubby ones, like the old Snafu ones that I used to get, like when I was riding Snafu forks, were like tiny. But this thing's so long, so you can have like a ton of spacers. It's sick. And also you can chop it down, which is nice. Let's get these bars off. Oh shit, I forgot. There's one other tiny little bolt for the gyro plate. It's got to come out. Really hoping that I won't need new upper cables because I'm going to try to reuse these because they're relatively new and there shouldn't be like that much of a difference because I'm going to keep the same spacer amount, but the head tube on the frame might be different, but we will see. So, these are off. Back to the side. Alright. Same thing with cranks, boys. I like to take all of these spacers and everything off, set them to the side, and then when it's completely off, put it back in the order it was taken off of. just so you don't lose anything. So pop that back on. That. All right. Oh, you know what? I think I have a blue. What's going on in the chat, actually? What happened to the Hyper Indie frame? So, the thing with the Hyper Indie frame is, have you considered... No, okay, so Hyper Indie frame. I'll give you an update on that. That is currently residing right here. Here she is. Honestly, I think I've ridden it for like 2 or 3 sessions. I did dent it, which sucks. And this was like, honestly, this shouldn't have dented, but I guess I don't know, maybe a little bit weaker or something, up for debate, but that dent shouldn't have happened. I liked it. It was fun. But when I got it, the initial idea was to build a brakeless park bike. But then I was like, I don't need that. And then I was like, oh, let's pivot and do a street bike, but a Hyper Indie frame for a street bike was a little sus. Also, it was a little too short for a street bike because I wanted like a responsive brakeless park bike. So the street bike, just to give you guys an update, Senor Aaron Ross gave me the front and back wheels yesterday. These are actually the wheels he used to take the shot of his wheels on fire doing the hop whip, and they're like covered in soot and stuff. But yeah, he hooked me up with these because I had like a titanium front wheel in the front and then a muffed up back wheel. And yeah, so now for the frame, I'm using my old Colony Sweet Tooth because it was a little bit longer, a little bit more street oriented. So that's good. The last thing I need to get is just a new seat because this looks goofy as hell. And then I need an extension for my ratchet to put on pegs. We'll be good to go there. As far as titanium frame, I've thought about it. I've ridden, like, not personally my own titanium frame, but I've ridden my own. I haven't ridden my own titanium frame. I've ridden someone else's, if you know him, Ricky Veronic. Loved it for him. It was great. Wasn't my thing. Too light and also super expensive. And I just like beating the shit out of my bike and not having to worry about it. So, yeah, that's why I haven't gone the titanium route. But if you guys buy enough shirts from lynbmx.com, link down below, maybe I'll buy one. Maybe I'll buy one because all that money that I raise in that from shirt sales and all that shit and the members and super chats and all that just goes back into the channel. Our main priority right now is building more stuff at Jaden's because right now we obviously have the airbag. But after that, we want to do like a 7-foot quarter into a mellow landing or one of the airbag landers. So yeah, that's our goal. We're getting kind of close, getting there a little bit by bit. So yeah, that's that. Sorry for the tangent. Let's see what's going on. Oh, what's up, Andy? Oh, you're building a new bike too. Heck yeah. Nice, Adam. Dude, I'm gonna give front brakes a try, but the thing is, all my front wheels have like the front rims, so doesn't work. I guess I could use the wheel that Aaron gave me, actually. That could work. But we'll see. I know Jaden has like a front wheel setup that I could borrow, so maybe I'll try that sometime in the future. But now that I know you're here, Adam, I do want to show you something. Oh, baby, we freaking found one, dude. On the depths of the internet in Eastern Europe, we were able to come across a brand new, out-of-the-box 34R Cleto brake lever. I'm obsessed with this brake lever. 34R used to be a sick company. They're closed, so they closed years ago, probably back in like 2016, 2017. So finding their parts is near impossible. And my brake lever, like this, the main section is pretty busted, like almost worn down. Here, I can actually show you. So this is brand new. And then mine is like nearly flat. But dude, I mean, it's still super smooth and works really well. When I put this on, because obviously I'm not a huge fan of the purple, I might just take the trigger off of this one and pop it on that because it's really only the body that's muffed up. But BMX wall holder is my 30. The wall holder, just like off of Amazon. And I think it was like 15 bucks or whatever. It works really well. Clean, keeps your walls clean, and looks nice. All right, now we gotta take out the bottom bracket. A lot of you guys are gonna hate how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it how I want it. Okay, so what we're gonna do. Let's see here, gotta find my handy dandy hammer. All you're gonna do, Adam, you might want to look away, my friend, because it's about to get real. Andy, you're freaking spot on, brother. Can you see? All right. Yes. Bada bing, bada boom. Fa fa fing, fa fa foom. I feel so nervous being watched right now doing this. Damn, this is really in there. They haven't even moved it.
Oh, it's because I painted it. It's sealed a little bit.
Oh boy. Wait, what's going on in the chat? My eyes suck. Nah, dude, we're chilling. Everything's fine. This one's old and it's been through a lot. There we go. And she's out. Oh, fuck. Over here. Yeah, I used to like try to be so gentle with bottom brackets and all that, but like, who's got time for that? Jesus Christ almighty. Uh-oh. It's good. We're fine. We're totally fine. Just ignore that. Alright, and she's out. Wonderful. Oh, does anyone know, do they make... I thought I saw something. Do they make titanium or like super lightweight bottom bracket bearings? Because these things are freaking heavy, boys. And I'm a weight weenie. So I want to find something lighter. Dude, this carpet is perfectly fine. It's actually a ruggable, so I can wash it. Thank you very much. So, I ain't worried. I don't worry about no damn carpet. And lastly, let's take off the fucking seat. Fuck me. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I don't think a titanium bottom bracket could survive me. Also, look how short that seat post is. And you can tell where I freaking painted it at. All right, this frame is basically taken care of now. But crap, I think I lost. Uh-oh. I may have lost the little... Oh, never mind. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Oh, I have seen the polymer bushings. Those look very interesting. Same with his brake calipers that he makes. I'm interested in those as well. However, I don't know. I don't know. I think the next brake arms I'll get once I retire the 34R will actually be the alienation ones, whatever they're called. But we'll see. Now we gotta take out these barrel adjusters because I unfortunately have to reuse these because I don't have any new ones, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. We adapt to changes easily. We don't panic. Oh, you actually use them? Okay, I am interested. I am interested in hearing how those work. Because they're significantly lighter, right? Okay, Adam. Okay, Adam, I see your games. I see your games and your tricks. I may have to further investigate those. But I don't know. I don't trust it until Brant Moore gives his stamp of approval, you know? Because Brant Moore is actually God. Oh, fuck. I need to figure out when I'm going to film the intro for the BMX news. Any ideas on that would be greatly appreciated. All right, Adam, I hear you. I hear you. I honestly already might be on his list because this dude Mark told me about him, and I think I joined the waiting list a while ago. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Also, this is the old brake noodle that I was talking about. If you were here earlier, I'm actually gonna try something a little experimental with it, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But we're gonna set that aside because I kind of have an idea to use it to make things, because I really want to make like high functioning brakes. Like my brakes on this setup are really good, but I want to get them as like silky smooth and as solid as possible, because like if my brakes feel like shit during the session, like I get so fucking annoyed. Okay, so you have the aluminum. Yeah, the carbon ones are the ones I was referring to. But we'll see how that goes. All right, I'm gonna set these aside in case I use them for the top. Okay, we got these long ass barrel adjusters, and we got another barrel adjuster off here. I wonder if the other frame is. Oh, Andy, would you do straight cable or would you do a gyro? Because I would love to see some nice like foofs coming from you. Goes to the side. Fuck me. All right. This frame is naked now. Don't stare. Don't stare. Actually, she's not fully naked. I'm gonna have to take off the gyro tabs unless I have new ones. I'm gonna look first, but I'm gonna show you guys where it cracked. It's not insane. Hi, Nancy. Let's see. Okay, it's not a crazy crack, boys. Like, it's really just like going from here to here, which obviously that makes sense. Like, it would crack there because like this weld can't be that insanely strong. Jaden made a big fuss about it when I showed him. So I don't know. Like, I don't think that would have been a problem for a while, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Haven't done a layered frame. Honestly, when it comes to frames, like I just like a general idea of how a frame rides and feels and stuff, but I'm not too crazy about all of the custom geometry. If I were to do, and I'm also impatient. I'm very impatient. Like it taking, like I understand this is no shade to him for it taking as long or as short as it does, but I couldn't imagine waiting a month, let alone like several months for a frame to come in. Like my brain would melt. But the only thing that would make me reconsider doing a layered frame is I know he does the through the frame cables like back here, again, this is like the only reason why I keep going back to Total is because they've perfected this feature. But if he was able to do some internal brake routing, like where the cables come down and then go up into the top tube, travel through the top tube, come out, and then go in here, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I would buy that in a goddamn millisecond. I'll tell you what, I place my order right now. But you don't do that, so not worried about it. Okay, bike is taken apart. Now comes the more fun part. We're gonna put the bike together. All right.
God damn it.
Ooh, John Quartz. Dude, am I getting a bunch of grease all over me? I'm freaking covered. Who's John Quartz? Also, who's top fans? That's interesting. Okay, obviously Adam with 75 points. Then freaking Andy. And then Miguel's. What's up, boys? Y'all are cool. I'm gonna go out and fetch that frame. I wonder if it's dry. It's been about 45 minutes. It's fine. Dude, Andy, of course you are. I believe in you, and you are wonderful. Well, all right. Gonna go get the frame. Be right back. For the meantime, what can you look at? Okay, I'll be right back. All right. The new frame. It's beautiful. All right. I'll just run you through this one real quick and why I picked it to delay the process of building it. Okay, so gonna move some stuff around real quick. Hold on, boys. I swear to God. Hey, Adam. Thank you for becoming a member, my friend. That is so nice of you. Oh my God. That really warms my heart. Oh, he made me smile. Okay. Here's the new frame. This is the Total Americano. If you guys were in here earlier, I'm sorry, but I'm going to explain it again. Nick Bruce doesn't ride for Total anymore. He obviously rides for Huffy, which is a brilliant business decision. Anyways, I used to ride this frame in the past. It is, I loved it at the time, but then when it was time to get a new one, when I broke my old one, for Time to Shine, I wanted to promote like their other Total frames because I didn't know and we didn't know how many more they were going to be able to sell and what that looked like, and I didn't want to promote one of their frames that could obviously become outdated, and I wanted to try a new frame, so I went up to the Killaby, and oh my dude, oh, Lane Horn is now gifted a membership. Dude, Adam, you're a G, man. I really appreciate you. So went to the Killaby, rode the Killaby for a while, and then ended up changing over to the Hangover H4, which is the one behind me. Rode that one for about a year and a half. And that's usually how long I'll run a frame for before it like gets too beat up or just feel like I need to switch out a new one. But with this frame, this is longer. This is a 20.75 top tube, whereas I believe this H4 is like a 20.6. So not a huge difference, but it'll be enough to be of one to feel it. Because I wanted to go for a little bit longer of a frame because I've been riding some pretty short frames recently. Because I want to start riding dirt jumps more and kind of build like a more versatile bike instead of one that's good for tech and all that shit. So that's why I went with this one at a 20.75. Also, this frame is slightly taller. The H4 is just teeny tiny, and now that I'm doing like a lot of late bar spin combinations or like double bars and all of that. I wanted something that I could just have like a little bit more control of when I'm taking my hands off. So that's even why I switched to the fatter seat, because I did feel a bigger difference on that. And then the other thing with this frame too is it has the top and bottom gussets, which is sick. So just a little bit more strength adding. It's slightly heavier than the H4, but not too much heavier. So it's not going to really matter at all. As long as my bike's around like 20 to 21 pounds, I'm happy. The street bike, on the other hand, is about 25 pounds. And that's probably the heaviest bike I've ever owned. So anyways, here is the frame. She's great. And I painted it already this first time I painted a bike outside of the box. But again, I love this silver color and it looks really good with the black and the blue. So that is that frame. And just to procrastinate a little bit more. Wait, let me read the chat. His nose is stuffy, writes. Who? Bob, yo, chill, son. Want to show you guys something pretty cool. No, I'm not. It's too much of a hassle, but we'll zoom in on something pretty cool. Up there by my koala is actually my first real BMX frame. That is a Fit Flow. That was a complete bike that I had. And then right next to that is a Sabrosa Pandora. And that was my first aftermarket frame. And I kind of want to build it up and ride it. I think that would be sick. But for now, it's just up there. And that's my Indiana Jones hat. And that's my Indiana Jones poster, which is also signed by Harrison Ford, which is pretty quick. And anyways, all right, let's start building this frame up and get things rolling. So, gonna start off with the bottom bracket, and then gonna start doing, then I'm gonna do the headset area and put on the bars and the front forks. The forks. There's no back forks. Oh, that's sick. I'm not putting on the hat, dude. It's so small. I got that thing when I was a kid. All right, let's first put in this bottom bracket. Let me get some freaking grease. Lube her up. All right, that's good. And just to get ready for this, I'm gonna go get paper towels. Be right back. Also got to do a quick update for the video that will be coming out of this process. And then this video that I'm filming right now is going to be a little bit of building up the bike, but you guys are going to see the majority of that. And then it's going to be like first ride impressions. So that'll be coming out in probably a couple days. So here's behind the scenes stuff. Watch how cringy my ass is. All right, boys, the bike is taken apart. And now we have the Americano. We're gonna start building it up. We got the boys over here. We're live on the YouTube channel, so if you tuned in, heck yeah, I love you. Huge shout out to Adam Ortiz for becoming a member and also gifting a member. Adam, I love you. So yeah, gonna build this up. I'll check in after I'm done. I don't want to do a lot of work while working, so bear with me. I'll see you in a minute. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, the Fit Flow. Mine was a raw frame and brown forks and bars with like a straight cable. I think it was like their mid-range frame at the time, and I loved it. And that was like my first official bike, or my first real BMX bike. Because before that, like when I first started riding, because I went to like a Sports Authority or whatever and got like their BMX bike, and it was like a K2 thing, and I beat the shit out of that. And then there was actually a local bike shop in Florida where I grew up, and that's where I got like my first real BMX bike, because I didn't know anything, dude. I knew nothing. Like, when I first started riding, I was one of those kids, and I mean, this is probably how most people start riding, but I was just like seeing how far I could jump, just doing like tire grabs, not even knowing like real tricks or anything like that. Because before I started riding bikes, I actually used to skate, and then my friend down the road was like, hey, let's go ride bikes at the skate park because they now allow bikes. And I was like, dude, that's fucking lame. And ended up falling in love with it. And then I got the K2. And then after the K2 like blew up, that's when I got the Fit Flow. And then that was like my intro into like a real BMX bike. And then now we're here. So, all right, let's take the bearing. Damn, look how beat this thing is. Holy shit. Honestly, I probably had these same bearings in probably 3 different frames. Because I don't care. I'm a fucking rebel. Don't give me rules, dude. Alright, perfect. That's in. Beauty. Beautiful. Dude, that's pretty funny. Also, quickly, does anyone actually put these into their frames? And if I don't, is it bad? Dude, the reason I don't switch out my bearings is I don't pedal too much, and also I like my cranks like super stiff for like tail whips and stuff like that. I hate when my cranks spin when I kick whips and stuff. Oh no pasa nada. So wait, do I need this? Yes or no? Because I'm about to put this bearing in, and I'm leaning towards no. But I don't like my crank spinning, so that's why I don't really change out the bearings and all that kind of stuff. Like, I put tires in. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna put it in. It's gonna be the first time I didn't put that thing in. Dude, it's just big bearing that just wants to take our money and send us stuff we don't need. Oh my god. Here we go. Yeah. All right, Adam, with your words of wisdom, we are skipping out on putting the spacer inside. Why am I cleaning it off? What the fuck? All right, hammer time. Beautiful. Wonderful. Gorgeous, even. All right, now let's wipe the rug a little bit. All right, now let's put the front end on. I'll move you guys back up here. Yes. All right, let's put a little bit of grease in there because I want this bike to feel so smooth. Like, I want it to feel brand new. I mean, that's always the goal, but usually I rush this process because impatience and ADHD run deep. But you know the fucking vibe, dude. Actually, before we put this on, I'm gonna put all the little tiny brake things on because that'll be a pain in the ass to do with the front end on. So let's do that. Where'd I put all that stuff? What? Talked about being so organized and can't find shit. Oh, it's over here. All right, new brake mounts. Beautiful. All right. Yes, it is. It is. Or is it not? It may not be the real me. It could be an imposter. go. Put a little bit of grease on there. Beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous. Adam, you can totally take on that title, dude. Like, that's freaking hilarious. Okay. Hold the freaking phone. No shot. They full on sent me brake mounts that don't fit the frame. This is insane. I'm about to lose my mind if this doesn't fit in here. Yeah, no, it is way too big. That's wild, honestly. This brake mount they sent me with this frame doesn't fit. That's pretty crazy. Damn, I hope the other one does. I'll lose my mind. My absolute marbles if it doesn't fit. And I'll have to go brakeless. I don't want to go brakeless. How can they not, like, that is insane. That the fucking brake mount doesn't fit. Never even, like, heard of that. Ooh, that's a great cue. Yeah, look, okay. So here's the brake mount that they sent me. I'll get the clean one. Brake mount that they sent me. Look how big that end is. Here's the previous one. What size is this? That is insane. We got a new frame in, my friend. So we are installing that. We got the Total Americano because I cracked the H4. So, which is fine. The H4 lasted a while. I liked it, but I'm excited to go back to this frame. This is a brand new one that I've already painted. Yeah, look at that. That one fits like a freaking dream. Dude, that is crazy that they sent me the wrong. But, whatever. Like, it's one thing to not send it, but to send me one that's completely wrong is baffling. Wild, crazy, bonkers even. Ah! There we go. All right. Oh, also, I got something exciting to say. Pro tip, put grease in big... God damn it. Thanks, man. I thought I was reading it like for a real tip, but you've misled me. You retracted it. Thank you. You mean like a turkey baster? Yeah, that's honestly perfect. All right. That's in. Now let's get the little gyro tabs. Yeah, I like the bolt that goes through the brake mount into the frame better. But it seems like the majority of companies, like the Hyper, is the brake mount threads in itself. I think it's probably just like cheaper to do. But I agree with you, Adam. Like the ones that have the bolt that go all the way through is so much better, and so much easier. Doesn't pop loose and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, RIP to good bolt design and brake mount design. All right, let me find these gyro tabs.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll just use the old ones. I don't care.
I don't care.
This is the part where I start not caring as much.
These things have treated me well, and I've painted over them, so they're silver. Oh, what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, no, 100%, but it's like it's near impossible to get a new school frame with anything welded regarding brakes because Everyone's fucking lame. One thing that's exciting, which isn't fully confirmed, but is about 90% confirmed, I will be going to San Diego, California at the end of this month. I think from like the 21st to the 24th. So you fucking better believe that I will be riding Claremont Skate Park. I'm so stoked to go ride that place. I rode there once in the past when it was like the old setup. But I'm excited to go see the updated one, maybe go to Linda Vista. Gonna link up with my boy Josh De La Rosa and ride with him, because I miss him ever since he left Austin. And the funny thing about Josh, actually, we met back in Florida. He lived in St. Pete when I lived there, and then I moved, and then he randomly just showed up at house one day, and I was like, Josh, what the fuck? And yeah, but now he's moved to San Diego. But you better believe I'll be filming some videos at Claremont. And also, I'm going to be filming a new edit here soon. Because after filming and editing the Woodward video, which if you guys haven't seen it, freaking jump out of this live right now and go watch it, because that is like the video I am most proud of that I've ever made. But that like fired me up to go and start like actually filming clips. So sweet boy Jaden's gonna be helping me out with that, and yeah, I'm excited. And then once sweet boy Jaden is healed up, I will be helping him film a new edit, which I'm very, very excited about, because he is incredibly gifted rider, sweet guy, and he is fun to film. And now with the I dropped the bolt. Uh-oh. Oh, son of a bitch. We dropped the bolt. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it. Dude, for real. I do miss Campbell Skate Park for the friends, but the skate park itself, I don't miss at all. That park for me, honestly, was ass. And I love the parks here more, but I miss all the homies back in Florida. I might be doing a trip to Florida soon. We'll see, maybe for the holidays or something, because it would be cool to go back. It'd also be cool to go back to Naples, ride there, especially now that they let in bikes all the time instead of like Mondays and Thursdays. And also to link up with Scotty and Maddie, because I love riding and filming with those guys. But in the meantime, I have dropped the brake mount bolt. So either gotta find it or find a new one in my toolbox. So let's see what we got. Ah, first he found them. You know I got a baggie of them, boys.
Get that thing on me.
It's not gyro tab. Why am I keep saying the wrong stuff? It's like I don't even know it. Yeah, no, and all the like there was some like insane kids and people that would show up at Campbell that were insane. There's this one time, I'll give you a quick story. So pay attention. I was at Campbell Skate Park. If you guys don't know, that's where I used to ride and like film a lot of videos when I lived in Florida. There's this one time, and it was right next to like a very like sketchy area, like be straight up. But everyone was pretty cool for the most part. There never really was like, I never had any issues or whatever. I just minded my own business and was just kind of like cool with everyone. But there was this one time where these kids, like there was probably like six or seven of these kids that were playing right next to the skate park, and one of them like pulls up his waistband, and I see like the handle of a handgun, and then he pulls it out and starts shooting it, and it's obviously an airsoft gun, but it's one of the ones that are like fully metal. He took the orange tip off and all that kind of stuff. He's waving it around, shooting at his friends and stuff, and these are like a couple of black kids. And so then what I did is I kind of went off to the side and ended up calling like the non-emergency number for like 911, and told them like, hey, there's a bunch of kids, you got 6 or 7 black kids that are between like the ages of 8 to 13, and one of them does have like a silver handgun, but it's an airsoft gun. I can confirm it. Just wanted to let you guys know in case you get any reports of that happening, because I mean there's been so many stories of these kids that had like an airsoft gun or BB gun or whatever, and then the cops pull him over, the kid takes it out, cop doesn't know, and then shoots the kid, and it's obviously tragic. So obviously I wanted to avoid that, and sure enough, they were like, hey, we just got a call that there was a kid with a handgun, thank you for letting us know. Kid ended up overhearing me. They came over, started screaming at me and whatever, and I just like, hey, I called the non-emergency, I didn't call, I didn't like report you guys, I just like wanted to let them know. They didn't understand, obviously, they're young, they're scared or whatever, so then they kind of pressed me a little bit, but I wasn't like getting into it at all with them. And then they like ran off, and then sure enough, cops rolled up because they wanted to check out the situation, and then like pulled him over to the side, took the gun and all that. Like I didn't really pay attention much after that. Like that's just what I saw from the skate park in the parking lot. But long story short, a couple days later, this mother comes to the skate park and she's got this kid by the ear. And like, I obviously, I recognize the kid as the one that was like waving around the airsoft gun. And then I will never forget it. She came up to me and she goes, Jamari, is this him? And he goes, yes, ma'am. And then she goes, now apologize. And then she was super happy, obviously, that with what I did and all that, because she didn't want to see her kid get hurt. But that is just one of many Campbell skate park stories, because that place is fucking nuts. But a good one at the end of the day. I think he learned a lesson. I think he understands, and obviously, like, that day could have been a whole lot different if I didn't call, because who knows what he would have done. Maybe just like pulled out the airsoft gun and then, Jesus, who knows, you know? But if you ever see stuff like that, like, not to get preachy or whatever, but it is okay to step in from time to time, and especially if you can just kind of like absolutely see what's going to happen next. So that's that. That's just one of the things from that skate park. Wow. All right, we got the brake mounts in. I'm just going to put these bolts in. Thank God these bolts fit these mounts. Yeah, they do. And now we're going to start putting everything else together. Yeah, for real, dude. Like, I could just, like, in the moment, I full on pictured, like, what was going to happen. So I was like, I just got to do it's the bare minimum. And I didn't care, like, if those kids, like, had a problem with me or whatever, or, like, started something with me, like, because I know at the end of the day, like, who knows what could have happened. And obviously, this is, like, that tragedy, like, isn't the cop's fault or anything like that, but it's just such a crazy situation and kind of circumstances. Like, it's hard to make those judgment calls. So I just wanted to like make sure at least someone knew what was going on before things turned bad. All right, now we're gonna grease up the freaking headset. Oh my god. Fuck, I always forget how long it takes to build a bike. This shit sucks. That's one thing I loved about skateboarding. You can get it done in like 15 minutes. Go riding. But the bike takes a lot longer. Fitment and alignment, baby. There we go. Popped in. Right, where did I put everything else? Where did I just... Ah. Boop. What the fuck? That should just pop in place, but of course it's not, because of reasons. Dude, no. Dude, no way. Have you guys ever had this happen before with a headset doesn't fit in the fucking frame because I have it and this is pissing me off. We'll just try to pinch it down. That's fucking wild. What are the boys in Taiwan doing, man? Where's the quality control? You know, it's not time for a new headset. It could be. It could be time for a new headset. I have a new headset running right here. Or not new, but one that's not as used. Yeah, let's pop that one out. Thanks, Adam. No, still doesn't fucking just want to sit in there. Dude, for real? Okay, Total needs to step their fucking game up. Yeah, no, I definitely feel like the tube is definitely bent. That is annoying. But we're just gonna take handy dandy hammer boy and just tap it in as much as possible. Dude, I feel like it's like the lip on it is tiny as hell. No? Alright. Hopefully I can just tighten it down and it'll slowly seat itself in. Alright, here you go. Oh, there's such a long way to go on this build. Fuck me. Oh. How long has this been? An hour? Dude, Adam, fucking brutal, man. Shit, that's funny. Alright, I'm gonna do a little 20 little space in there. We got this. There we go. And I'm gonna try something. We're gonna try something. I think I have a cooler spacer to use. Let's see what we got. I swore I saw it. You're gonna look with me. Yeah, but the thing with the titanium Total frames, Adam, is they don't have. I have a blue headset spacer that is carbon somewhere in here. Somewhere around here. You can't see it. There it is. Bada bing. Look at that. But the thing with the carbon, or I'm sorry, the titanium frames for Total, they don't have the brake routing going through the seat tube, which is strange and odd. All right, let's see if this is the same size. That's too much. That's too much of a difference. Fuck that. I'm gonna put that on there. So I don't know. I'm hesitant about the titanium frames from Total, especially like if I'm gonna get a tie frame, dog. I want to get a custom one. Like that's when I would get a custom frame. Like if I'm gonna put $2,000 or whatever into a frame, into my bike or whatever, like I'm gonna get it, be mine, with like some cool features and all that shit. So I don't know if I would buy like an off the shelf tie frame. I don't think it's worth it for me, but hey, you do you, boo boo. If that's your thing, go for it. All right, let's see here. Dude, my fitment is fuck ass right now. Dude, the silver and the black and blue just looks so good. I'm glad I ended up. I was hesitant on painting the frame today, actually. I was gonna leave it black, but then I was like, you know what? The silver just looks so good to me. Like, I freaking love it. All right, god damn it. It doesn't reach. Yeah, it's crazy we have 11 people in this chat, or in this live right now. I kind of want to do lives more often, but I don't know, I get a little embarrassed. Alright, what I'm going to do, because I really want to make sure before I go any further that this headset, or whatever you call it, this head tube isn't too bent for a bearing. I'm just going to take that out and I'm just going to smoosh it down.
You want smoosh, smoosh.
Okay, that looks good. Decently. I'm just going to tighten this one down. There we go. That feels better. I'm going to take the stem off again and add another spacer. How's everyone's weekend going so far? Ow! Dude, I'm getting more beat up building this fucking bike than when I ride it. God damn. Jesus H. Alright. Put this on. Put this back on. Oh, we're getting there. There we go, perfect. Ooh. All right. We'll leave that for now. All right. Front end is done. Let's see here. Look at that. Isn't she gorgeous? Isn't she lovely? I'm out of breath. All right. Now let's put on the cranks and all that. I am right foot forward, so that all needs to go on the right side. Oh, twins. Wait. Lever on the right, lever on the left, cranks on the right. Got it. All right. There we go. So like I said earlier, since I kept everything together, all I need to do, my friends, is take off the non-sprocket side and just slide her in like so. Nice. Beauty. And then just take these things and do the same. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Okay, let's put these on, nice and blue and pretty, like so. Then line these up. How's it looking? Hell yeah. First tee, we lined them up. Look at that. And yeah, that's a titanium spindle right there, and these are aluminum bolts from Profile cranks, and they are in 165, and I love them. I made the switch to 165 a few years ago. I used to ride 175, so it was a big jump, but like the improvement, like it just felt so much better. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Nice. Beautiful. Those ain't going nowhere, baby. But yeah, I love the 165 cranks. They're great. I need something to do with these boys, because I got these brand new. Because I won them in that Taylor contest. They're the Odyssey Thunderbolts. They're pretty sick. They're 170s. I might put them on this bike, but I'll need a new sprocket because that's a spline drive sprocket. I think it'll be better on the street bike. Also, I might give them away. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that was just a side tangent about cranks. So, hope you learned something. Also, new shirt, dude. YMBMX.com. Get one. Support the channel, and I'll love you even more. Oh, these pedals are the Alienation foothold pedals. I've been loving them. They're super light. They're a plastic body with metal pins and a sealed aluminum spindle. So they're super smooth, super light. The only thing is I destroy them pretty quickly. They're easy to like replace like components wise, but it's usually like the right side that it consistently breaks. So I have like, here, I'll show you. I have like a bunch of leftover ones. Like this one's brand new basically because I destroyed the one on the right. So I'll get like new ones and you can replace the body or the spindle pretty easily. And I also like will save them to take the pins out. Yeah, like here's another left side that's perfectly fine, but I keep destroying the right ones. So I can replace, like here's one I replaced, and I think this one was cracked or something. I don't know. I got a bunch of replacement parts for the left side, but barely any for the right, which kind of sucks. And you obviously can't interchange those, which would be sick if you could, because that would be super useful, but you can't. All right, let's put on the seat, and then we'll put on the calipers and the brake arms before we do anything else. Maybe should have done that before putting on the cranks and pedals, but YOLO swag, my boys. So seat here. I gotta get the seat post bolt. Imagine this doesn't fit. That would be pretty sick. Pop that in there. There we go. And then my teeny tiny little seat post goes in there nice. I'm just gonna follow that paint line for now. The Alienation footholds. They are awesome. I really like them before these. I was running the premium slims, but these are cheaper than the premiums. They're lighter and they have pins on them are just so good. Like if you want to do metal grinds and stuff like that, I wouldn't suggest these because they are very large and they stick. And they also come out of the box like pretty long, so you could shave down the pins to a desired length, theoretically. I don't know. But yeah, no, they're sick. Like they freaking hold your foothold. They're great. All right, we got the seat on. Bike is looking like a bike. Part of me wanted to go brakeless. Part of me wanted to try the brakeless life. However, I love Fufanus and I love inside foot jams, and both of those tricks, especially the Fufanus, require brakes. I mean, the inside foot doesn't, but you can just steeze them out a little bit more. At least I can. Like, I can't really do them that well brakeless, but would have been cool. So, any hoozy doozy. Here comes the slightly, potentially, will be stressful part. And that is putting on the brake arms, but we're gonna be brave. I'm gonna clean them off a little bit first. Actually, now that they're off. Because he's looking pretty gross. He's looking pretty crusty if you ask me. I'm gonna pop that piece out, actually. Oh, man. It's taking a while. Not as long as when Jaden built his bike at Empire. Hey, thanks, dog. It looks basically the same, different frame. It's a Total Americano. Nick Bruce's old signature frame from Total. I love it. This is my second one. Haven't ridden one of these in a few years now, but I'm excited to go back to it because I really enjoyed it. Also, just picked up these new brake pads. These are the claw pads, and they are finally starting to stick. For like the first couple of sessions, they were dog shit, but I always forget that brake pads take a while to break in and feel better. So let me get a different paper towel and clean off my brake arms. I'll be right back. All right, boys, we're back. All right, also before I start cleaning the brake arms, I actually want to replace this piece on my wheel. What is this? Oh, not at the park. The airbag has been sick. One thing that it's definitely helped me with is just like control in the air because it's such a booter and I don't typically ride, like there's no real box jumps to ride near me. So that has helped a lot. I really want to do, so I mean, it's helped like confidence in the air and just like going faster, which is a big help and has been a noticeable difference. But I've gotten 3 whip bars dialed in. Whip bars are very much dialed. Also, oh, you're going back to Woodward tomorrow? Frick off, dude. Oh, I'm happy for you, but I'm sad for me because I miss Woodward. That's one thing about Woodward, though, is it's so much fun when you're there, but then when you get back to your local, it's kind of sad because it's not Woodward. Yeah, but the airbag, like I haven't done anything that I've learned on there at the skate park because there's no box jumps or anything to do it. There's some stuff that I potentially want to do at Chase's on his step up. Like I would love to 3 down whip to bar that thing, as well as maybe 3 whip bar it. I feel like the 3 down whip bar is more, it would be more realistic just because I can do that one quicker than the 3 whip to bar and I don't need to go as high, and the step up at his place is pretty tricky to ride. So that's one of my goals to do. And also just like working on whip to bars just in general. Like I really, really want to do whip bar air. That's like one of my next goals. But just gotta muster up the courage to do that. So that's it. Okay. Dude, his house is so much fun. It is so well built. It is so smooth. The quarters are all perfect. One thing that doesn't come across in the videos, though, is how tight it is. It is very, very close together. I mean, I think the flat bottom is maybe 10 or 12 feet between each quarter, and the quarters are like between 7 and 8 foot. So it's kind of tricky to ride, but it's just so much fun. All right, these brake arms are looking better. Dude, they still had dirt from Woodward on them. RIP. That was such a fun trip. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dang. These brake calipers have been through it. Again, these are the 34R Cleto brake calipers. I got these when I went to Australia years ago. God, that was a fun trip. That was actually the last edit I filmed, and I'm still very stoked on that edit. I did a bunch of stuff that I'm stoked on, especially the flare whip as the banger. Hello, oh my god, come on, let's bring those back. Any hoozle. Oh, let's clean that bit off too. Oh, dude, I'm gonna make these brakes in this bike just feel so fucking solid. I swear to God. Oh, heck yeah, dude. That's good to have one of those helmets. Is it one of the 888 ones? Because I guess 888 now is sponsoring Woodward or something or other. Because I ride the Shadow Featherlight, and that helmet to me, like I used to ride the POC Crane Pure, which was an amazing helmet, but they stopped making those for some reason. So now I landed on the Shadow one, and it's dialed. Funny enough, though, like I didn't get the one that, or Jaden's signature one, because they didn't have it in stock, but I shoulda. Maybe the next one will be his signature, or it'll be mine. If anyone from Shadow Riding Gear out of the 10 people who's here, highly improbable, but hey, there's some strings to pull them. Wouldn't be upset. All right. Ooh, all right. I'm going to hold you to that, Adam. Swear to God. If I don't. Dude, for real, the Shadow one is super nice. Like, I really like it. It replaced the POC one in my heart, which I didn't think would be able to happen, but it did. So, let's put these freaking brake arms on. I'm gonna do all this work and then my headset's just gonna be fucked. Can't wait. No, I'm kidding. It feels decent. All right. Get rid of these bolts because these are shite. Wait, will I be able to replace them with any ones? Ah, there we go. Okay. That's one. Let's see how's this one. Let's try to clean these off a little bit too. Yeah, see, Joshua, that's what I was talking about. I am open to the Alienation Vice Grips. Obviously, Brant Moore has done extensive reviews on them. And Brant Moore is a BMX god. So I'm interested in trying those, but I'm also interested in the carbon crazy brakes. I honestly might try those first because these 34R ones are fine. Like I haven't had any issues with them. So knock on wood about that. So we'll see. Actually, I want to put some grease on the brake mount itself. Get a little bit of that grease in there. Make it nice and slippery. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. And on the bolt as well. Beauty. Dude, I think it's gonna rain. I was hoping to go ride this thing tonight. We'll see. Alright. I kind of think this brake mount bolt might not fit. Because yeah, it's not gonna fit. God damn it. Alright. Change of plan, fellers. Gonna need to find a new one. Just at least one, because that one is shot. Yeah, these are way more shallow. Fuck. Oh, it's this one that I gotta get rid of. That one's the dopey. This one is fine. Yeah, that's good. It's going in nice. Okay, let's find the other one. Okay, I just have so many little plastic baggies with so many different bolts and screws and things. But I'm pretty sure I have a replacement. Alright, we're gonna do a quick experiment actually. Alright, because I'm not sure if the bolt fits or not into the brake mount, because the other tiny bolt in there is stripped and I don't want to fuck it up further than it is and risk it getting stuck. We're gonna take an old one and see. Dude, I doubt that. Dude, I used to have one, but typically my apartment complex, it has, I appreciate the offer, but my apartment complex actually has a bike room where you can work on bike. But I didn't want to film a live in there because I feel like I would look like a dork, because I would. So we're working here, but my back does hurt. Yeah, it was like, it was heavily marketed on like the apartment complex's end, but then like it didn't open for so long, which was really annoying and kind of weird. Okay, this bolt works. That's good. That is good news. That is good news today. So let's take this out. Also, dude, look back at my older videos. They're so goddamn cringy. It's like, it's embarrassing. But hey, that's how you grow. That's how you grow. Yeah, true. All right, I'm gonna take that out. Go. Honestly, I might cut the live here soon because that's when I'm gonna start doing the brake cables, and I need all of my brain cells focusing in on that. But we're gonna at least get the back wheel on after we get the brake mounts fitted on, so you could at least see that. And then we're gonna do it. Wait, what did Jaden just text me? Hold on. Oh, Jaden's responding to me saying that I was gonna go brakeless, but clearly I've changed my mind. But we could build up. Let's focus on this frame. One track mind, that's what we're doing. Yo, Alaska in the chat is insane, actually. I use Final Cut Pro to edit my videos. I used to use Adobe Premiere, but the workflow of Final Cut Pro, it being native for Mac, is so much easier and better. That's why I keep using it. It's honestly like just a, it's like a what is it? iMovie on steroids. Like super easy to use, navigate. There's a ton of plugins that you can use. It's not subscription based, so like once you buy it from the App Store, you have it, and there's always a bunch of updates and stuff. So yeah, no, I'm a big Final Cut Pro fan, and I know other people have like DaVinci Resolve and all that stuff, but Final Cut Pro for me has been the best, especially for switching over from Premiere. So that's that. That's where we're at right now. Okay, so this brake mount does work. It's just kind of annoying to get on. Oh, I still have to put on the chain. God damn. Oh, that'll be easy. Oh, I gotta figure out if it's the right length. Oh my god. Every time I think I'm getting close to being done with this build, I'm just like, dude, I'm seeing hours. No, not hours. Probably gonna take me like another hour to build this. Okay. Okay, I put on the wrong spring. Sick, dude. Hell yeah. That's all right, Adam. Why didn't you tell me I was putting the spring on the wrong side, my friend? Yeah, I mean, I haven't used any other editing software besides Premiere, and then obviously back in the day, I used like super old versions of Final Cut, like before it was like Final Cut X. But yeah, like dude, Final Cut's so easy. You can even you can do it in Premiere as well, but it's super simple. In Final Cut, you can change the aspect ratio in the settings when you create a new event or project. And then you can change it from obviously like a horizontal video for like long form, but you can also change it to vertical, which is 9:16 or something like that. And that way you can edit like Instagram clips easier and crop in videos, like vertical videos, and make them horizontal looking, which is really sick. But yeah, that's me being a fucking dork about editing software. All right, here we go. Put this one on, y'all. Yeah, dude, why didn't I catch that? Adam, that is some G shit right there, dude. I wish I had a beer right now. But I am out. I'm out of Topo Chico. I'll be straight up with you guys. I like a Topo Chico. I like a little, like a Topo Chico margarita. The guava is pretty good. Fuck the pineapple, but I'll drink it, I don't care. That would be a great video idea, building a bike while just like hammered. Brant Moore would never. He's too afraid. He's too afraid of the backlash. All right. Oh, Jaden is trying to convince me to go brakeless right now. That son of a bitch. Oh, Jaden. It's too late for that, bud. We're committed. All right, I usually like to do about just under a quarter turn for my tension, because I don't like them super soft, but I also don't like them like rock hard. I might do a little bit less than that. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do a little bit less than that. But to each their own. I've gone back and forth, but I just like my cables to have like a good snap to them. So, it should be good. And it's all about getting it even. Getting it nice and even. That feels great. Let's put the grease on there. Make it nice and smooth like. Smooth like butter. And nothing like no other. All right, hold on. I'll reply to you guys in a second. I am just focusing on greasing this little monkey. And avoid getting the grease on the freaking brake pads. It'd be huge up for me. What's... Wait, what are crank? Most writer bike lists because they don't. Yeah, that's true. What do you mean I'm a man of culture? And what are like crank, like the things to put on the bottom bracket to like make them a little stiffer? If that's what you're asking, yes, I run those. I use the slow your roll thing from Nowhere, and it actually works. What I used to do was I would go to Home Depot and you could buy like a little rubber washer that was actually 19 mil, and I would put that behind the little cone spacer in my cranks. And that worked really well for a while, but sometimes it would be just like too much, and my cranks would, like, it would be a dog to actually pedal. So yeah, so I wanted to do the slow your roll thing. Jameson had one and tested it out. Looked sick. It looked like what Vocal used to make, which I never got one of those. But and also I just wanted to support Nowhere because those dudes are sick. But I will never ride a Nowhere frame. I'll be straight up. I'll be straight up with that. I don't care. Sue me. Yeah, no, Nowhere is great and support them. It's just not my thing. But the slow your roll thing is sick. The Stokes that Jacob Thiem got a no signature stem from them. I don't understand the 9 bolts, but hey, whatever you like, you know. So that's that. But I do like the slow your roll. It works really well. It does exactly what it was designed to do. Feels good. Doesn't feel like shit. Easy to install. And yeah, that's that for that. That's way too much. Now it's just all about getting that even tension. Okay, this right side needs a little bit more. Oh, baby, that feels good. That feels good right there. I could use a little bit more. Slightly. Yeah, there we go. Dialed. Okay. Yeah, see, the thing with the bars too, like, aesthetics aside is one thing, but like I'm all about function. One thing I will say, like I rode, I think it was Jameson's. I'm gonna sit down for a little break from building this thing. Jesus Christ. From riding Jameson's frame, like inverts were a lot easier, and so were turn downs. Like it's like nothing because the top tube is obviously significantly lower. So that's cool. Like that part of it being like, I don't know, actually functional and it's not just like an aesthetic thing is sick. But when it comes to the aesthetics, I don't like how it looks. And then for the bars, I'm like 50-50 on how I feel, like if it's good or not. Like tuck no handers, you have to go like so much deeper into the bars, obviously, because it has that big divot into it. So that sucks because it's more of like a pull in. So if you're doing like a quick tuck, it could take a little bit longer or whatever. Granted, the timing would be a little bit smaller. I don't know. But the other thing with it, with the bars are wrapped around you, I bet it feels much more controlled and like in your lap basically. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just like a normal 2-piece bar, dude. That's all I need. Dude, change to double cables are the best. Dual cable system is amazing, and especially with this frame because of the, obviously, holy, why is it so zoomed in? Oh, there we go. With the cables going through there, like it's so you can just individually control and adjust the how far the cables are for each side, so you can get like that much better of like a grip on the rim and with the brakes. You get that nice when you pull them. Whereas when you have the single cable that goes to the straddle cable, you basically adjust it by the tension and making sure the tension on the brake arms is equal. However, you can't make those micro adjustments because there is going to be that kind of variability, obviously. So dual cables, you're just able to fine tune it that much more, and it's less. It's simpler. Like all I do is I run derailleur cables from a bike shop, like just these little guys, and these cables are a little bit thinner than like a normal brake cable, which makes them have less friction when you pull them, and they're easily accessible. So there's been times before I went to dual cables where my straddle cable broke and there was no BMX shops or anywhere, and then I was stuck with broken brakes. But with these, like I can literally just run to any Walmart and they will have these cables like in stock and available. So it's super simple, and then if like one goes out, you just replace the one and then you're good to go. What's there now? Yeah. Yeah, no, that is fair, Adam. And then Lane, to just catch you up, we are building up the Total Americano. This is Nick Bruce's old signature frame before he made the beautiful business decision of going to Huffy. I've ridden this frame in the past. It's sick, and I was stoked to see that there was one available, and Time to Shine was obviously nice enough to send it my way per my request. And yeah, it's good, and I'm excited to ride it again. It's a little bit longer than the H4 I was running, which will be fun. I just think it'll just be a little bit more stable, especially now that I'm riding more dirt jumps and stuff. I kind of wanted like a longer frame because the Hangover like was designed for a mini ramp and maybe a box jump. So stoked on that. All right, I'm gonna toss on the chain. I'm gonna just toss on the wheel, show you what it looks like, give you a general idea, and then I'm probably gonna end this live and put the brakes together, and then I'll post it on like my Instagram story or something like that. So let's put on the wheel and give you a general idea of what this frame is gonna look like. So here we go. Can you see? Yes, kind of. Yes, of course. All right. Also, maybe for my next frame, I might do a custom paint job instead of spray painting it, but spray painting is just so easy because you can scratch up your frame, and as long as you have the same paint, you can just take it apart a little bit and then spray it down again and it looks brand new. So that's why I always like spray painting my bikes, because it's just easy and fun. You can change up the colors and do weird shit. But again, I know the brakes aren't done, chain's not on, but that's the tail end of things. Let's show you what this bike is going to look like. It's going to look pretty similar to the other one, but hey, who cares? All right, who's ready to see this freaking thing, my dudes? Wait, gotta catch up real quick. Later, player. Have fun at Woodward. Misfit cables hanger is sick. All right. Ooh, that's a pretty cool idea. I like it. I like that idea, Adam. All right, here she is. So as you can see, significantly, a little bit taller than significantly taller compared to this thing. Look. Like, that thing is such baby compared to that, but super stoked on how it looks. I'll give you a quick walk through. So we obviously have the Profile Elite in the front with tie bolts, tie spokes, and then this Alienation rim. Don't know what it is, but it is not carbon fiber, I'll tell you that. Then we got the Ride Now tubes, Maxxis grifter tires, the Odyssey R25 forks, and then moving on up, we have the Snafu Noah bars. I like them, they're good. Then we Profile push stem in 48. And then the 34R gyro and gyro plate, some ODI grips, and then there's that 34R brake lever. Like I said, beat to shit, but works perfect. And moving down, again, the total Americano frame in 20.75. Then we got some 165 profile cranks with the aluminum bolts, tie driver, and then the Profile spline drive sprocket in 28. And then the Alienation foothold pedals that still have dirt from Woodward on them. Stoked. Then the chain will just be an Odyssey half, or a Sabro Shadow Conspiracy half link. Got the 34R brakes with the, not a claw, a claw? Yeah, the claw brake pads. I like these because they got the female bolts, so it doesn't have that massive bolt that sticks out. So when I'm doing tail whips and stuff, I don't hit it. And then for the seat post, I think it's just some kink seat post that I've had forever. And then we got the Snafu fat seat. I don't know. It was a fat seat, and time to change sent it to me. So I'm going to get it switched out because it's kind of boring. I want to get something that's a little cuter. Then going down to the back wheel, got the Profile Elite hub with the 9-tooth tie driver, tie bolts, tie spokes, aluminum nipples, Odyssey 7KA rim, Maxxis grifter tire with the Ride Now tube. So that is the bike. Stoked on it. It is looking great. I love this silver look. I've always been a fan of like the gunmetal / silver frame. I just think it looks nice. It's not too flashy, but it also stands out. So hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you, Adam, for joining the members and also gifting the membership to Lane. You guys are the best. You'll get access to videos early, usually like a day early and stuff. And then also like I'm going to start doing more exclusive live streams as we get more members. And so huge shout out to you guys. Really appreciate you. And I hope you don't regret it. And again, if you are interested and if you like shirts, if you wear shirts in general, check out my clothing brand, LYNBMX. Again, all of the money raised from the shirt sales go directly to the channel, whether it's trips and all that kind of stuff. So check it out. You get a sweet shirt and you'll help the channel. So I love you all. Take care. The video will be out soon, depending if I can ride today. But if not, I'll be riding tomorrow. So take care, friends. Have a great weekend. And thank you for joining. Ta-ta. How do I end this?